Good.
We could have worn our matching pens.
Yeah, well, I think it's mine somewhere around there.
Do you guys have like a secret Swearenson handshake?
No.
Do you want to make one up right here on camera?
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I like missed the fist bump, so we got to do something.
What are you gonna do? Sorensen.
He's down there for crouches.
Oh. Hey everyone, it's Kara Dixon with Candid with Kara, and today we are joined with Andria McClellan. How are you doing today?
I'm great. It's a beautiful day. It's a little chilly out here, but happy to be here with you.
All right, can you tell me what you're running for?
Sure. I'm running for Virginia Lieutenant Governor and running to be the first female Lieutenant Governor in the Commonwealth's history.
All right, and can you tell me a little bit about yourself? How would you describe yourself to people?
Oh gosh. Well, I currently serve on the Norfolk City Council. I represent about half of the city, so about 125,000 Virginians. How would I describe myself? I'm a outgoing go-getter who tries to solve problems.
Okay, and why are you running?
Listen, I'm running to do the work that I've been doing locally and regionally and expanding that statewide, whether it's creating more access to broadband, creating more access to capital for small businesses and workforce training, addressing our environment. Flooding was a huge issue here as well as statewide, and creating more access to elected officials and civic engagement.
Okay, and where are we right now, and why did we choose to do this activity today?
We are at the Elizabeth River Trail. We are at Plum Point Park. I hope everybody comes down and enjoys this. We're at one of these great new amenity, amazing playground here.
What was the biggest flaw that COVID exposed in Virginia's government during the pandemic?
Well, I mean, listen, one of the things that we saw locally was the challenge of vaccine distribution. As you know, Hampton Roads was the last region to go into phase 1B, and what we saw was an opportunity to better coordinate between the state government level and the local government level. And I chair the Hampton Roads Planning District Commission, which represents the 17 municipalities of the region. And we came together and basically expressed our concerns and opportunities for improvement to the governor and his staff. And so we're starting to work together better. I really think that we need to do a better job of ensuring what happens in Richmond translates to City Hall and Main Street. And as the only candidate running who has local government experience, I think I'll be able to bring that knowledge to the role.
All right, and second question, what would your first 100 days in office look like?
First 100 days, well, the first 2 months would be presiding over the Senate, because the Lieutenant Governor's job is to preside over the Senate and break ties, so certainly be focused on that. After that, I'm the wingman to the governor, whomever he or she is, and so I would take the cues there, but I want to be accessible, I want to be out in the community. It is a part-time job. I'm fortunate and lucky enough to be able to make it full-time, and so I want to be out talking to people and figuring out what their issues are. Would love to be out talking about issues of broadband, talking about the environment, and talking about small businesses and how we can help them recover from this COVID economy.
What does a post-COVID Virginia look like?
I think COVID's taught us a lot, including how important our schools and our teachers are. As a mom who's had my youngest son has been home for over a year now from Maury High School. He goes back April 26th. But I think we need to do a better job of making sure that our teachers are paid well, that they have the professional development for in a virtual world, that we need to look at our mental health services as well, both in the schools and outside of there. And we need to also better address access to broadband. I mean, it's always been a digital divide here in the Commonwealth, but it's a chasm now. And whether it's our kids going to school, whether it's seniors signing up to get COVID vaccine registration online, whether it's folks who need to work from home, we need to address broadband and make sure it's affordable and high speed and ubiquitous for the entire economy.
So if you're a Virginia Beach girl, then why are you in Norfolk?
Well, when we moved back to the area, we lived at the beach for a couple of years, and at that point we'd lived in a lot of big cities, Philadelphia and outside of New York and LA, and I really wanted to be in a little more urban environment, a little more diverse, places where you could walk to restaurants and bars, and so
I like Norfolk for those same reasons.
Now some more personal questions. What is your favorite movie?
I love going to the movies. I've missed that. I guess an oldie but goodie would be My Fair Lady, which I love this sort of Pygmalion-esque element of being transformed. So I really like that element. I feel like a bit of a reflecting myself in terms of my background and where I came from and where I am right now. But I think I'm going to hold out though and say my favorite movie is yet to be made. Because I think it will be made by my middle son, who's studying film right now at NYU. He's a Governor School for the Arts graduate, so my future filmmaker, I'm sure, will have my favorite movie for sure.
That's awesome. All right. Second personal question. Who is a person or what moment has impacted your life the most?
It has to be the birth of my three sons. I've got 22, 19, and 16-year-old boys. And it just transforms you. Family always comes first. It's hard in politics because you have to give up a lot, sacrifice a lot. But thanks to FaceTime and technology, I'm able to stay in touch with the boys. And of course, I have an incredible husband who's been gone above and beyond to be supportive of me in this new adventure that I'm taking on statewide. But I think being a mom and, when I first ran for office, I did so because I wanted to make sure that, my kids and my grandkids had a better place to live, that I left something behind for them. I think that's what we all want, right? And so that's why I do what I do.
Great. And the last question, what do you hope is your legacy?
I hope my legacy is going to be a Virginia where more people have a seat at the table, that we have more equitable access to opportunities for small businesses to grow and create generational wealth, that we have addressed the issues of the digital divide, and that we have addressed systemic racism and criminal justice reform. We need more equitable access for all. I grew up as with a single mom who worked multiple jobs to make ends meet, and I didn't have a lot of access to opportunity as a child. Fortunately, I had a great education and was able to go on from 4-year college to graduate school and ran 2 small businesses. But more people need to have those opportunities, and that's why I'm running, and I hope as my legacy, people will say, I had more opportunity because of Andria McClellan.
Is there any last message you had for voters or anything you wanted them to know about you?
No, I want them to know that there's a primary on June 8th, and that early voting actually starts on April 24th. If people want to request an early ballot, they can. And I'm the only candidate from the Hampton Roads area, go 757. I'm the only candidate with local government experience, which I think is important, and then significant business experience. And as a leader, I'll tell you, I think I'm a pragmatic, practical leader that builds coalitions of people to get things done. And I look forward to doing that as the first female lieutenant governor in the history of the Commonwealth.